hooking is a craft that's indigenous to North America, and it arrived in 1809 along the eastern seaboard of the United States and the Canadian Atlantic provinces, and then it moved further west as people immigrated further west. It was a craft, a chore of poverty. People did it because the floors were cold and they needed rugs on the cold floors in the wintertime. It was a recycling craft. Everything that they had left over from other projects or things that were worn out were cut into strips and hooked into linen, which was the forerunner of burlap. And the linen was usually left over from other projects. The farmers would bring the burlap sacks into the house, and the women would clean them off and then strap them onto a frame and start hooking. Women that lived in town didn't very often hook. It was a country craft, which was a derogatory term. There was no mention of rug hooking in the women's periodicals. So women that had any means would just do quilting and embroidery work. The tools that they used were also recycled. They would use perhaps a fork that the tines had broken off and there was only one tine left. They would use old tools like an old awl that had broken off. They could put a nail in the end of a piece of wood and fashion that into a hook. And then they would cut up clothing or old blankets that had no more use as an old blanket, and they would cut them into strips and then hook them into the mats. Some of the subject matter were things that they saw every day, so they would hook things they saw outside, like animals, buildings, fish. They would also do geometric quilt patterns,